Welcome to Snacks Weekly on Data Science. This podcast is all about making data science and machine learning knowledge accessible and less intimidating. Today, we are going to talk about causal inference. This episode is based on a tech blog titled Estimating Incremental Lift in Customer Value Using Synthetic Control, written by the data science team at PayPal. You can find the link in this episode's description. Throughout this episode, we will explore this topic from both business and data science angles. Now, let's dive in. On the business side, let's take a look at the problem to be solved. PayPal is one of the largest digital payment platforms in the world. It serves hundreds of millions of active consumers along with the merchants' account globally. It has products including online checkout, peer-to-peer payments, merchant tools, credit offerings, fraud protections, and more. At this scale, it becomes critically important for PayPal to understand the strategic value of individual products and key user actions, such as adopting a new feature or completing a specific workflow. These insights directly inform decisions around where to invest more, what to scale globally, and which initiatives may not be worthy further resources. The core question behind all these efforts sounds simple, but is surprisingly hard to answer. The question is, did this product or adoption actually cause customers to become more valuable over time? This question is difficult because there are multiple layers of challenges involved. First, the direct profit from a product adoption or a specific in-app action can be zero if viewed in isolation. For example, adopting a feature might not immediately generate fee or revenue, but that doesn't mean the action has no value. Many products create indirect impact through what's often referred to as the halo effect. A halo effect means that while an action itself may not be monetizable, it can change how users engage with the broader PayPal ecosystem. A customer who adopts one product may become more active overall, using other services more frequently, or build habits that lead to higher long-term retention and spending. In other words, the value doesn't come from the action alone, but from how it reshapes downstream behaviors across multiple products. With this understanding, one might think the solution is straightforward. How about running a clean A/B test and compare treated users to a control group? In theory, that does work. In practice, it often doesn't. Sometimes experiments can't be set up due to strategic or operational constraints. Other times, the outcome of interest, such as long-term customer value, takes many months to fully materialize, making it impractical to rely on short-term experimentation or gradual rollouts. Together, these constraints make standard experimentation difficult or even impossible. Given the strategic importance of understanding incremental customer value, combined with these real-world limitations, the data science team at PayPal was motivated to develop causal inference-based methodologies that could answer these questions more robustly. Now that we've understood the business problem to solve, let's dive into the technical side to see how the team tackled this challenge. The team leveraged one causal inference methodology called synthetic control. Before getting into the specific implementation, it's helpful to first understand the idea of what is a synthetic control. At a high level, synthetic control is a causal inference technique used when a traditional control group doesn't exist or isn't clean enough. Instead of comparing a treatment group to a single control group, we construct a synthetic version of the treatment group by combining multiple similar users who were not exposed to the treatment. This synthetic group serves as a counterfactual for what would have happened had the treatment never occurred. In PayPal's case, the goal of this causal inference is to measure the delta of customer value, which is the incremental change in customer value caused by adopting a specific product. For each product, the treatment group consists of users who adopt that product for the first time within a given quarter. The control pool, on the other hand, is made up of users who never adopted that product. So, to build a high-quality synthetic control, the team matches treatment users with similar control users based on a rich set of transactional features calculated over the 12 months prior to the adoption. Because customer value is the outcome of interest, the customer value itself is always included as a matching feature in the pre-period. The remaining feature acts as key covariance, capturing user characteristics and behaviors that are strongly predictors of how customer value responds to both internal product changes and external factors. Once the matching is complete, the synthetic control group acts as a counterfactual. The core assumption is that, in the absence of product adoption, the treatment group and its synthetic control would have followed similar trajectories over time. Therefore, any divergence in customer value after adoption can be attributed to the impact of that product. From an implementation standpoint, the team uses a k-nearest neighbors approach to construct the synthetic control. For each treatment user, the synthetic control is defined as the average of up to 10 matched users from the control pool. To ensure the match quality, they also impose a threshold on the Euclidean distance between the treatment and the control users, and they discard poor matches that exceed this threshold. The validity of the synthetic control group is then evaluated through bias analysis, particularly by checking how closely the two groups align during the pre-treatment period. With this synthetic control method in place, the team can now estimate the delta customer value for each product adoption or user action. However, interpreting this number requires a lot of care, and here is a few nuances. Delta customer value is often a highly skewed metric. A small subset of users may generate outsized value, while most users see more modest gains. Because of this, median delta customer value is typically a better reflection of the expected lift from a typical user, while the mean of this value captures the average financial impact at scale. Both are very useful, but they answer different business questions. The second nuance is that it's important to note that the delta customer value measures historical impact, usually over a 12-month post-adoption window. This introduces an inherent time lag, so shorter windows of this analysis can provide faster signals, but those early lifts are often inflated with novelty effects and tend to taper off over time. There is another nuance need to be kept in mind, which is the structural limitation. In practice, both the treatment and the control users may adopt other products during the post period. And the team shows that there is usually a chain of adoptions, where certain products are frequently adopted together. As a result, this delta of customer value reflects the cumulative effects of a product adoption along with its commonly associated follow-on behaviors, rather than a perfectly isolated impacts. For this reason, the delta of customer value is not an additive metric, where the lift from multiple product adoptions can simply be summed up together. Now, we've discussed both the business problem and the technical solution. Let's wrap it up. In this episode, we explored how PayPal estimates incremental lift in customer value using synthetic control methods. This causal inference-based approach provides a principled way to construct a counterfactual and isolate causal effects when traditional experiments aren't enough. This approach helps teams to measure the true impact in a complex, noisy, and real-world environment, and help the leadership to make more informed decisions. If you like the content of this episode, please subscribe to the channel. Give me a 5-star review and leave a comment. Your feedback is very appreciated, and I'll see you next week.